everybody. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much, Amanda and GBH, for the opportunity. This is my first time performing in Boston, so I'm really, really excited about this. Yeah, yeah. So let's get right into it. It's a new year, right? So we had to let go of a lot of things in 2023. We had to leave a lot of things in 2023. So I guess this is the poem that kind of fits that theme of letting things go, things that we can't change because they're in the past. This is a eulogy for the apologies I'll never receive. Dead sorries never spoken through living lips, making it hard to believe in myself and in others. But today we lay to rest pieces of my crumbled thoughts. We mourn the trust issues that transitioned from often to coffin, the morgue of wrongs embalming my rights before their time, the solitude that seemed more chronic than circumstantial, intrusive thoughts that sat around campfires telling ghostly stories of abandonment. I once knew a glint of hope named promises. We met in my mother's joy, but our trust was broken by my father's voice, so promises never linger long enough to be kept as a choice. Today, it's with a heavy heart. You will follow the heavy hearse I carry on my shoulders, blinking lights leading into a cemetery of fractured roses, petals, stems, and thorns spread into melancholy mosaic masterpieces of every time I blame myself for not being loved right. Every time I overthought myself onto a ledge thinner than my patience. This procession is for the progression they tried to keep from me, the growth they try to stunt on me, the exchanges of energy that emptied out full clips of my empathy, numbing bullets trying to bring an end to me because pride went from being a friend to an enemy. Wow. That escalated rather heavily. Walk slowly with me, past decrepit crypts withered from when deception hit until we reach the end of the road. A final resting place where a marvel of a marble tombstone reads, "Here lies the unaccounted ability to hold yourself accountable." Well, look at that. Even in my own ego death, I fall into fault lines where everything's my fault lies. But you can call me San Andreas now, the way my shift causes earthquakes like a fault line. I'm standing in this grave only 8 inches away from the surface. So why does it feel like it's taking more than 8 miles to be at my own service? Maybe it's those burned bridges, cremating broken bonds like a furnace, turning blood into ashes, making water thicker with purpose. Pass me that cooking pot, 'cause I ain't afraid to stir this. These grave diggers disguised as condolences like them people that lend a ear just to know your business. This is a eulogy for a past that cannot be resurrected. May it finally rest in poetry, I mean peacefully in this closed casket of ink, ready to be buried like a hatchet that refuses to sink. Farewell to it all. Don't cry for me, I'm bowing out gracefully. There's no tears to be shed. Let's pay our regrets, I mean pay our respects and bow our heads. Face our crowns towards this stage, I mean this grave, and fill it with roses instead. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So speaking of the past, this leads me to my next poem. It's a very new poem I recently wrote this year, and it is about being my ancestors' wildest dreams. Sometimes I think about the things that I've accomplished and the things that I've gone through and the things that I've overcome, and I know my ancestors are looking at me and saying, wow, I could have never imagined this. So that's what this poem is about. It's said that the women in my bloodline carried villages on their backs, stored history within their tongue, and birthed gods ruled by fire. Matriarch martyrs moving like midnight marauders, guiding lost tribes suited in armor, rooted like arbor, or more like árboles, stealing the night right from under las estrellas, replacing it with hand-drawn maps on canvases hung miles away from the sketches of Spain, painting picture-perfect portraits to praise Atabey. anointing the sky with a new kind of blue, where X marks the exceptional, the extravagant, the exhausted. No sleep, yet their beauty still blanketed in boldness like brave mama bears tiptoeing in glass chancletas. Hush. If it's quiet enough, you can still hear their spells of protection whispering in the wind like bendiciones. Can you hear them? Storytellers, echoing against Taino pyramid walls, parables with the percussion of an untold past, giving life to the prophecies stitched along the seams of my purpose. I am the ender, the taker, and the breaker. They've made some mistakes, but I've been chosen to be greater. Making lemonade from not so freshly, generationally cursed lemons. Imagine the burning in my throat from sipping on sour curses just to wash down the lies fed to me. Must be why embers exude every time I speak, unearthing words, unbinding seeds from rotting roots to unhiding weeds, shredding letters through my teeth and calling it poetry. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. The inhale, the exhale, and everything in between. They bask in every boundary I bind to my beliefs. They roll off every R that breaks through American English walls erected on native tongues. Bailan bomba. Hips sway and twist along the coils of my curls, cantando canciones de los dioses. Chanting storms into my eyes so you can see them smile and rejoice. Rip skies open with lightning strikes so you can hear their thunder rumble in my voice. They flow through my veins like sangre de oro so that every time I bleed, there's a gold rush. Because the biggest lie ever told is that my ancestors are dead. Thank you. Listen, if your friends don't hype you up like this, get new ones. And for my last poem, we talked about the past a lot, but, we can also look forward to the future of becoming better people as well and kind of more letting go. I like to write a lot about letting things go. So I need your help with this. So I'm going to start off with some affirmations. Does anybody do affirmations here? Anybody familiar with affirmations? Yes. So you're welcome to join me. You don't have to, but I encourage you to participate. And you're just going to repeat after me. I am worthy of wealth. I am worthy of health. I love myself. I trust myself. I am enough. And when things get rough, I'm still enough. Ashe, thank you. Okay. Some have wealth in the form of riches, while others prefer wealth in the form of wishes, and I'm just here claiming my wealth in spirit, minding my business, hard hat and pickaxe, just minding my business, turning wishes into riches, riches into attitude switches, so don't be mad when I hit the switch and my attitude switches. And the only light you see is the flame from burning bridges. See, for me, there's nothing more liberating than releasing negativity. So today, I released 3 things that had me messed up. Number 1, love from yesterday's newspaper. Daily news headlines of all the New York Times. I stood on a block of my blessings, hanging myself over a man that was blocking my blessings. They say love hurts, but sometimes it feels more like organs compressing, airways constricted, heartbeat convicted. I tried to speak in love languages, but the translation was restricted and the reciprocity was too limited. Claiming unconditional love, yet leaving me was easier than loving me, so the condition was that I had to be enough and never was. Or so I thought. I guess I had to be abandoned so that I could abandon everything I thought I had to be. And standing outside the window of solitude, I sang sweet serenades to find myself, and with a fire in my heart, I cut soul ties to close chapters that no longer serve me. Number 2, the troublesome twins, depression and anxiety, who love to play wicked games, and although they don't look alike, their malice feels the same, throwing my train off track with its inhibitions. Had to stand clear of closing doors and lost ambitions. Motivation wasn't enough because discipline was non-existent, both holding me back with their mental confliction. So I parented my thoughts and emotions, colored them back into the lines, sat them at the children's table when it was time to dine, read them bedtime stories of a warrior queen that always survived, teaching them boundaries with self-love and patience. It's okay to not be okay, but it's time to step into healing situations. Because the wounds are now scars and the pain, that's just a distant sensation. Feelings felt so far that so far I haven't felt so far from feeling so sensational. And number 3, the insecurity ninja. I built a foster home to foster the syndrome of imposters, fueled its power with self-doubt and insecurities. I was blind to what y'all see in me, so I strode to the rhythm of serenity. I sat by the sea of sincerity, hoping to see what y'all see in me with more clarity, crying diamonds from the pressures of life as they reflect my light as far as the eye can see, drowning in jeweled waves of tears so that my tears could wave goodbye to the woman I used to be. I could finally say I was blind, but now I see. And not with my eyes, but with my seeds. See, everything I do is for the birth of their legacy. They are the mangoes in this lineage of poison ivy. Fun fact, poison ivy is related to mangoes, cashews, and pistachios. Google it. Now back to these affirmations of transformation, setting the bar high like views from a bird's eye. The only limit to my light is the sky, and I see the feminine divine within me. I see my ancestors within me. I see the love within we. I see the unity within we. I see the we within me and the me within we. So repeat after me. I am worthy of wealth. I am worthy of health. I love myself. I trust myself. I am enough. And when things get rough, I'm still enough. Ashe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me here at GBH. I'm honored to be performing in this city. Just if you like what you heard and you want to know more about me and my journey, you can follow me on Instagram at My Crumbled Thoughts. My Crumbled Thoughts. I also have business cards. I'm a teaching artist. I teach spoken word and creative writing and performance poetry to young people all over New York City. Actually everywhere. And I will be publishing my first book in April. We can clap for that. And hopefully March, I'll be releasing my first poetry album. So, yes. So please tap in so you can follow this amazing journey that I'm on. Thank you so much, guys.